Welcome back to a brand new episode of Charm City Beat. Ravens are heading out west to Arizona to take on the 1-6 Cardinals. Let's talk about it. Oh man, so no Kyler. Hollywood's out there. What are we looking at, Ross?
Well, like I say, we're coming off our most consistent offensive performance of the year, easily. And as we can say consistent, which talked about many times has been the problem. I don't see us having an issue.
No. We shouldn't. Now we know how the Ravens can do. As long as we play like we played last week and we just roll the ball, keep it going, I don't see why we don't walk away from a win here. Again, Kyler's not in, so quarterback situation is up in the air. They're 1-6 right now. Again, this could be a trap game. We've seen this before. We've seen this dance over again, but again, we're trying to stay with a new leaf. So
Kyler. That's not. They haven't had Kyler all year. That's nothing new.
That's true.
So they've been rolling with Dobbs all year. They plan. So that's interesting. According to Ian Rappaport, Kyler was not on the injury report.
Yeah, I did hear that.
I mean, he'll play, but as it says, his knee is no longer limiting his practice work. So,
yeah,
it's could be trying to lie to us.
They're trying to play tricks.
I personally wouldn't be afraid of.
I mean, let's be honest here. If Kyler did somehow return, he's facing the Ravens defense that came off literally one of their best performances. Not sure his status, but I don't think he'll be ready to outrun that Ravens defensive pass rush. All types of troubles. And honestly, I think that's going to be the difference maker there. Facing a familiar foe, Hollywood is there. For now, I say. Trade deadline on Tuesday. But, of course, he was traded to the Cardinals 2 years ago. How does he match up against our defensive backs, honestly?
I mean, he's fast. We know that.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems to learn how to catch better. But I honestly can say I've not paid attention to him. He's been stuck in the desert, so it's not intentionally. It's just went out west.
Hey, out of sight, out of mind. I get it. I get it, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Gonna see. I honestly think we'll hold up well. This is just one of those games where it's. I'm gonna try to be an optimist here. Again, I want to be an optimist. I want to turn a new leaf. I want to live in this new Baltimore where the Ravens have an awesome offense and defense you don't have to stress about. But again, I've seen this again. But I really hope the Ravens of last week show up and not the Ravens that tend to play down to opponents. Because again, that could get us in trouble. This any given Sunday, this is a professional football team. So, yeah. Speaking of which, injury report, Ross. What's that about? What we got? What we got this week?
All right. Well, limited was Odell with a shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan Mitchell with a hamstring is up from did not participate. Odell's shoulder's new, and Odafe was limited today with an ankle, which was new. But it's Keon Seymour went from limited to full with an ankle. Roquan scared a lot of people. Did not participate yesterday. He was full today with a shoulder. Tyler Wallace is back from the IR. Designation. Forgot about him. Yeah, remember he's here.
Another target.
He was full today with coming off a hamstring. The only one who did not participate past 2 days was Marcus Williams. With his hamstring.
And again, as we said over and over and over and over and over again, we are in a great situation to have Marcus Williams and Geno Stone to back up both corner safeties. It's a great place to be. I mean, of course, we don't want to see Marcus out. Nobody wants any injuries, but again, the depth of the Ravens. I'm good with that. We don't need to overplay Marcus. We don't. What's the point? We have Geno Stone for now.
Mm-hmm.
And as it gets closer, we mentioned early in the episode, the trade deadline is coming. Is there potential that Geno Stone may not be with us at 4:30?
No, because you do not trade when you're contending.
I get that.
That is like your first place with baseball. Like, I can get a lot of prospects for my ace. No, we walk away. We'll get the comp pick for him. He will get us the comp pick. Eric DeCosta loves his comp picks.
Yeah, but
you do not trade away value when you're competing.
Involved? What if Derrick Henry's involved with that trade? Rumor has the Ravens in a good position to get.
Honest, as people pointed out, surprisingly, he's not that good in short yardage. He's not that good at catching. And do you want to give him 30 carries for him to get his maybe one big run that he usually does? I've thought about it both ways. Yeah, he's great. It could be amazing, but would you give up Gus? Yeah, he's great on, but he just had an 80-yard catch. I mean, like I said, do you want to take away runs from Lamar, from targets from receivers already fighting for targets, to give him his 30 carries? We don't do that with any running back.
Yeah.
And even now in Tennessee, he's not that bell cow he used to be. And you saw, like against us, stab, one wrong little move. Oh, there he goes. He has the speed. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I don't know. You make a lot of great points. Again, we're not talking about a guy that's getting 5-6 yards of carry. We're talking about a guy that gets lucky on maybe one run.
And also a rental, I believe.
Rental.
I believe he wants to get paid. I believe he needs to be paid.
We wouldn't pay him.
And we're already paying Gus. And we have Keaton Mitchell coming up. We have to see more from.
Yep. There's no way in hell we're paying him.
I as much as we always say we want a top running back, it's the one thing we're kind of missing.
But that's what I'm saying. If that's the missing piece, and again,
you're right. That's the missing piece of an offense just put up 38 points.
Okay, I understand. I'm not saying that we're without the pieces, but again, if having a running back to let Lamar pass more, not have to run, I don't know. Especially a guy as big as him. Shit.
Like you said, how many times have we personally seen it? He takes 20 carries. He'll end the game like against right. He'll end the game 20 carries, 100-something yards, but most of that's maybe he'll get one. He'll get 80-yard run.
Yeah.
And like I said, the pass catching. I mean, you saw against us, there was a play. He was wide open in the flat. And what does Tannehill do? He chucked it deep and got picked. Or it might have been Malik Willis at that point, but I just think there's other places that we could get stuff.
Yeah. No, I think in all realism, the Ravens are good with Gus. They're good with Justice. Just an alternate fantasy universe. What if? No, as I've said earlier this week, the Ravens right now this is probably one of the most complete Ravens team we've had. I mean, most of them are healthy. Again, Marcus Williams is, of course, day to day. A few players else didn't practice, but for the most part, we're intact. And right now, we're still sitting atop the North, 5-2. Steelers right behind us at 4-2. Browns 4-2, and the Bengals 3-3. Again, this division is still wide open. And there's a lot of football left to be played. But again, we get to play the Arizona Cardinals this week. Um, I predictions. I think it's going to be a pretty easy game. It should be.
I'm gonna predict we're gonna go play football because I'm not that Sal. I don't do any other predictions anymore. Football will be played.
Football played. There's 100% chance of football. At least we think. Maybe it's about 95%. The world's crazy. No, should be a great weekend for football. Late game, obviously, West Coast.
Of course, we have a late game. Everyone else in our division has a late game, I think, except the Steelers.
Wow.
You have got to be kidding me. I think it's the Bengals about to get locked out with playing a Brock Purdy-less 49ers team.
Yeah.
All the damn luck.
Yeah. Made it. I don't know. Concussion right now, the kid's sitting in.
They said on the radio today, no one that has been in the concussion protocol has played that week.
Wow. That's tough.
Especially because they said he started getting the symptoms on the plane.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no. That's a tough break. Bengals lucky enough they get to benefit from it, but yeah, it's a tough break for them. NBA.
And they still have to go to San Francisco.
Yeah. And that's not always fun. Let's go across Ravens Walk. In almost World Series news. Austin Hayes, Ryan Mountcastle, and Adley Rushman are Golden Glove finalists. That's an awesome honor to have. Again, greatly deserved. And via the Sporting News, the Orioles Instagram page actually reported that they have named Brandon Hyde the Manager of the Year, Mike Elias, MLB Executive of the Year, and Gunnar Henderson, American League Rookie of the Year as well. You know, rightfully deserved though. I mean, again, we talked about it last week. One of the best seasons ever. The organization just rock stars. Mike Elias on down. Future's bright. Future is bright. Well, any last words, Ross?
Yeah, there are a few pieces that I would not mind the Ravens possibly looking at. Defensive end side, he already wears purple. Danielle Hunter.
I was about to say.
As much as we're getting pressure with Clowney, Van Noy. Van once again, like we talked about before, Clowney's playing more than he's supposed to. Yeah, Oweh's back, but we don't have Jabo. I mean, he has 9 sacks already.
Mm-hmm.
I think I retweeted someone said that is he this year's Roquan? I was like, yeah, I haven't followed the same path.
Yeah. How long has Danielle been in the league? Do you know?
I don't know, but I think he's already paid.
Okay.
I don't know. But no, there's no real other spots that I think the Ravens really need.
Yeah.
Also, I believe if we win this week, I think it's Kevin Zeitler will be every team in the NFL.
Really? What an honor!
17th player to do that.
That's pretty balling. It's pretty dope.
I think a lot of players get blocked because they don't play their own team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was Tom's problem for almost 20 years.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. And again, it would definitely require us having to pay him eventually. What if we made a push for Chase?
I've heard that's another option. Both Chase or Sweat.
Yo, I would buy Chase's jersey tomorrow if that happened.
I heard those two were
wouldn't have 99.
Those two were definitely I've heard possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't talk about him enough, but I mean, DC's not doing great. DC's not doing great at all. I don't know. That would be awesome. They don't treat him well down there. I've seen I have followed DC Twitter. They don't treat him right. He's built for Baltimore.
It's a different day and age of the NFL. These trades used to not happen. NFL trade deadline used to be. Wait, when was that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's to the point where like, huh? What's happening?
We're around the clock watching him, man. I think I don't know. It's just
These new young GMs.
Yeah, young GMs.
I don't mind training big talent.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I ain't gonna pay him. I can get more for him now.
Yeah. They'd rather push him onto somebody else. It creates drama. The internet builds the show. It's again, I think nowadays the off season is just as fun. Not the off season, the off field, stuff that goes on, that front end stuff. I appreciate it so much more. I appreciate it as much as the game. It goes hand in hand. It's so dramatic now. Oh man. But no, Ravens take on the Cardinals this week. Trade deadline right around the corner. Again, I feel that we often sometimes do get stuck up in the hype of the trade, and then things don't happen, and then we're sitting there like, fuck. High chance of that, just as good as the Ravens are playing, honestly, probably not wanting to disrupt that system. Probably won't happen. I'm going to keep as low expectations as possible. That way you're just not simply disappointed on Wednesday.
We're still working a new offense in, and then really bring someone who then has to learn it all. So that's why I feel if there will be a move, it will be defensive.
Yep.
He's done it 3 times. He's done it at least 2 times already since he's been around. Had Marcus Peters, Roquan. So I don't feel like he will make an offensive move.
No. I don't.
It's not like we need a wide receiver anymore, like it was last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly don't think. Again, I agree with you. I don't think we're making any offense. We don't need it.
It will be most likely a interior defensive player. Outside shot of corner, but I think we're set there with what we see.
Yeah.
The only real name I've heard is Patrick Surtain, and that'll take a lot to get.
Yeah,
we'll have control. But yeah,
I don't see that happening. No, it's definitely going to be in the front 7, most likely an edge. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. We will be recapping this game next week. Probably putting some content out there. Go Ravens, and happy Purple Friday. And